Ìpínlẹ̀ Ekiti, ìpínlẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ. Ìpínlẹ̀ Ekiti, ulẹ̀ uyì mi. Ìpínlẹ̀ Ekiti, ìmọ̀ tí gòkè àgbà o. Ayé ayé a ò láyé ọmọ Fáyẹ̀mí. Ìpínlẹ̀ Ekiti, ìpínlẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ.
My name is Kyle.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Ekiti on the Move. I am Tunji Saliu. As the administration of Governor Kayode Fayemi reaches halfway in this second term in office, one cannot but observe the steady occurrence of continuous development in every facet of governance in the state. This is encapsulated in the theme for this second year anniversary, aptly called, okay, wait for it until after our quick takes for this week. Don't go away. In focus this week, Ekiti celebrates steady strides as Governor Fayemi marks second year in office. Double celebration for Ekiti on World Teachers' Day as Ekiti teacher wins Best Teacher in Nigeria. By October 16, 2020, the administration of Governor Kayode Fayemi will be 2 years in office, and it is time to roll out the drums as the state, the people, and indeed the administration celebrate steady strides, impacting lives, building legacies in the last 2 years. Commissioner for Information and Values Orientation, on behalf of the state government, addressed the press conference to unveil the series of programs to mark the milestone. Here are the highlights.
In spite of the fact that the year 2020 has been a very challenging one, occasioned by the outbreak of the global pandemic, the COVID-19, and its attendant devastating effect, which obviously hindered the pace of work in the state. The Dr. Kayode Fayemi-led administration has continued to ensure that governance and commitment to the pillars of the administration are faithfully implemented. Government has demonstrated uncommon grit and braveness in confronting not only the pandemic and its attendant implications, it has remained resolute in delivering quality governance to the admiration of our people. It is in the realization of this that steady strides, impacting lives, building legacies has been adopted as the theme for the celebration of the second year anniversary of the administration. The significance of the general theme, JKF 2, Restoration of Ekiti Values, the pillar upon which the superstructure of policies and programs rest, has continued to give direction to the philosophy and action of the administration. Whether in policy direction about access to education by all, or universal basic health coverage, and our social investment intervention, the administration has remained undaunted in the realization of the objectives. Never again will our school-age children stay out of school due to inability of parents to pay school fees. Never again will heirs of families and mothers and even children face the indignity of having to line up in the open to be handed arms like people in IDP camps.
The commissioner was supported by top government functionaries in attendance to address some of the questions posed by invited journalists.
Question raised by Ayomide of TBC as regards how the government has been able to implement the mantra restoring our values in Ekiti State. We know, for instance, that right now we have merit-based appointments for the leaders in the public service. They go through a process which is transparent, and we ensure that best hands are appointed as leaders in the public service. And aside from that, the government is consciously restoring the dignity of labor. The two buildings in the secretariat, when you get there as a civil servant, you feel proud and happy to be working in such an environment. Recently, government also keyed into the open government partnership, being the first state in the Southwest to sign into this. And essentially what OGP is all about is to enhance transparency and inclusiveness. And during this anniversary celebration, we are also bringing up the launch of the handbook on ethics, which is an easy-to-read book for every civil servant to assimilate and live by those values that are stated therein. Thank you.
When we were asking about the projects that we thought we turned the sun, we also mentioned the airport. We can simply report to you that fencing has almost been completed on the airport. And so the airport project is on course.
The anti-land grabbing law is a very bold initiative from the government. But because of the critical nature of land and its delicate nature and the attachment of our people to their lands, the Ministry of Justice embarked on wide consultations with all stakeholders in the state, including traditional rulers. So everything that we have put in that law, they are reflections of the meetings held by the ministry and all those stakeholders. Why are we doing this? We are doing this to ensure that we protect our people and to ensure that we are able to attract investors to Ekiti State.
Of the 2-week-long celebration include inauguration of completed projects, turning off sod for construction of 6,000 capacity students hostel at Ekiti State University, flag off of the construction of intra-campus road network, Ministry of Justice interface with Ekiti State Judiciary, and presentation of Compendium of Ekiti State Law Reports 2020. State of the State address by His Excellency Governor Kayode Fayemi, assent to the legislations and proclamations, State of the State address at State House of Assembly, anniversary black tie dinner, Ekiti Youth Symposium / Summit, official launch of Amotekun Security Corps, Ekiti State Public Service Day Out with Mr. Governor, setup of Obinrin Women Empowerment Scheme, presentation of scorecards on Onje Arugbo and Owu Arugbo, among others.
All right, Ekiti State joined the rest of the world to celebrate the World Teachers' Day on October 5, though the celebration was on a low key in keeping with the realities of COVID-19. But Governor Fayemi kept faith with the teachers as he joined them to celebrate, as well as reward outstanding ones among them.
The teachers in attendance were selected from across the state in conformity with COVID-19 protocols. They all gathered in Adetiloye Hall, smartly dressed in uniform t-shirts and face caps to mark the day. The importance of teachers and significance of the day to Governor Fayemi-led administration was signposted by the presence of top government functionaries led by the governor, the First Lady, Erelubisi Fayemi, Deputy Governor, Otumba Bisi Egbeyemi, Secretary to the State Government, Honorable Biodun Oyebanji, and the Head of Service, Mrs. Peju Babafemi, among others. Governor Fayemi paid glowing tribute to the teachers as agents of national building. He added that the government's policies in education cannot succeed without the unflinching support and dedication of teachers.
I appreciate you all for your roles in building the lives of our children and by extension contributing immensely to Nigeria's nation-building project. It will not be an overstatement for me to say that all of us have enjoyed the mentorship and benefited immensely from the services of our teachers in order to attain our present status in life. We have all at one time or the other been taught, trained, counseled, and supported, as well as disciplined by a teacher.
He used the occasion to address some of the issues raised by the leadership of the teachers' unions, with the assurance that his government was doing all it could to fulfill promises made within the limits of available resources to the state.
As a government, we acknowledge the value of our hardworking, diligent, refined, virtuous, and right-minded teachers who are the special molders of our children's lives. We'll meet our obligations to our workers. That is a promise, and we will not renege on it. Particularly to our teachers, because as I've always said to you, you are our molders. All of us have gone through teachers, and we owe it a duty to ensure that this profession is not desecrated or diminished in any way. It is an honorable profession. It should be at the height of all professions, and we must all work towards ensuring that teaching is the profession of choice.
Chairman of the Nigerian Union of Teachers and Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools commended the governor for his investments in education and welfare of teachers in the state.
Permit me to enumerate some of the contributions of this government to education in Ekiti State. Introduction of free and compulsory education. This has completely eradicated people wandering around the streets. Appointment of 3 tutor generals among the principals in secondary school, 1 for each senatorial district. Renovation of schools. I think we can do better. They are only witnesses of what is happening in all our communities. Granting of housing and car loans to teachers in secondary schools. Importantly, establishment of new 4 secondary schools to address the problem of overcrowding in some of our schools, especially Ekiti.
Permit me to appreciate your government for faithfully implementing the resolution reached and signed by government representative and the leadership of Labour on the 3rd of August 2020. We are appreciative for you implementing this resolution religiously. As of today, the promotion of 2015 has been implemented, while 2016 promotion will be implemented at the end of this month. We give good note to you, sir, for the recent approval given for advancement and conversion of over 600 workers.
High point of the celebration was the presentation of awards and cash prizes to outstanding teachers in both primary and secondary levels in the state.
In the primary school segment goes to Mr. Olukayode Shola Abiodun of AUD Pilot Nursery Primary School. and it's for a token prize sum of 400,000 naira. This certificate of merit is presented to Mrs. Leslie Oguruku of Sube Model Nursery Primary School, Ekiti, for distinguishing herself as the best administrator primary school category in Ekiti State with the first position and a prize of 400,000 naira. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ekiti Comprehensive High School, Ekiti. You have been awarded the sum of 100,000 naira.
Felt that it will not be fair, just not to mark it at all, and that is why I organize it in a small way like this. And I can realize that he tried because he has rewarded the best principal, the best primary school teacher, the best headmaster, and both even private and public, secondary, primary, and the technical schools.
It's for making it a priority to promote teachers as and when due, and even when we are promoted, there had been effective financial benefits to teachers in Ekiti State. The government had also been trying to improve us by organizing workshops and seminars.
So John Kaudifayemi has been a wonderful man, a father, and I can say a mentor. Our salary is paid at when due. The implementation of promotion and other benefits that we deserve.
Same day in Abuja, Ekiti State shone like a million stars when one of the teachers in the state emerged the best teacher in Nigeria. Mr. Henry Olaoluwa Shubiojo teaches physics and some other science subjects at Amoye Grammar School in Ekiti. Ekiti on the Move crew had an interview with him on his return from Abuja with his prize award, a brand new car.
So, Mr. Shubiojo, how did you feel when you were announced as the best teacher in Nigeria?
I was excited, and at the same time I was happy, and I was thankful to God Almighty for making it possible. And because this work of teaching has been very, it's a call. I don't regard it as a profession alone. I regard it as a call that you have to beautify other people's life with your knowledge. The knowledge that God has deposited in me, I have to use it to beautify others' life, to develop the morality, to develop the pragmatism of young boys and girls. So, concerning my own idea of teaching, I don't know of other people's idea of teaching, but that is my own idea of teaching. I was the best teacher in Muri local government in 2015. And we went for the screening, but because of the ballot system, I could not get a car. So, but I still thank God, because at least it's a fit to be given a recommendation by the governor. So I started my work because, as I usually do, I used to do what I'm supposed to do, like I already said, just to make students to have positive mind, not to be afraid of any problem, to be able to solve problems on their own, to be self-dependent, then to be self-reliant. Then the morality aspect, that is by trying to copy my own virtues, so as to build themselves up.
Did you set out to be a teacher, or well, it's because you couldn't get a job that made you to become a teacher?
When I was in the secondary school, I was a senior prefect. And by then, I have been allotted to teach Form 2 mathematics in my school, BHS. And I've been doing it because I love doing that. I didn't even think I was going to be a teacher, but I've been doing it. Then when I wrote my work, when I was doing my HSC at Christ School, there was no physics teacher at BHS. I was the one, Chief Atoye, who was the chairman board of governor, told me that I should be coming back to teach my... those people were my junior. No, they were my mate. I was given double promotion.
Okay.
So that was why I was a year ahead of them. So I cannot leave them behind. So I have to be teaching them physics every time.
Since you won this award, how has it been? What has been the reaction?
Is it the award? There's one thing that I've not noticed about myself earlier on. This award made me to be calmer than before. Before, I used to be obviously excited. People would notice it. But throughout that day, I was calm. The only thing I was saying was, Osheun Jesu, Osheun Jesu, Osheun Jesu. Even though the Honorable Minister was asking me what I was saying, I didn't say anything. That was the only thing that I noticed. But the most important thing is that I was not expecting it. And it came as a surprise. And when somebody is in that type of mood, the alertness of the person may not be 100%. At the same time, people around, pressmen, calling me from this side, so I was a bit off frequency. I want to express my gratitude to His Excellency, Governor John Kayode Fayemi, because if he had not allowed the process of selecting best student in the Ekiti State to be on merit, I would not be able to be selected at the national level because of the meritorious process. That was why I emerged last year, and that was the pedestal that I used to come to the national level.
Once again, congratulations. I wish you all the very best.
Mr. Governor has since congratulated Mr. Shubiojo for his commendable feat, calling him a worthy ambassador of the state, where hard work, discipline, integrity, and excellence are age-long values being restored by his administration.
Use of the car, it should be of service to you and to the family, to the greater good of our state and Nigeria. God bless you.
Congrats to our national icon. Okay, let's complete our cycle of education on this episode of the program by bringing you an update on the 4 model schools under construction in the state capital, Ekiti, as part of government's efforts at improving infrastructure as well as access to secondary education in the state. The schools are also meant to celebrate 4 illustrious elder statesmen of Ekiti origin.
Ó dáa gan, inú wa dùn sí. Ọpẹ́ táwa àdúgbò gan tá ti ń wọ̀nà fún irú school bíi eléyìí kó tó di wípé Ọlọ́run lo bàbá gómìnà wa Fáyẹmí láti ṣe.
I want to thank the state governor, Dr. Fayemi, for bringing this school to our environment. Because even since the school has started, even with the workers and everything, has been moving so fine. Even me in particular, I'm so happy for this development because I'm into sewing of bags. I know there will be a great development in my work. The business will move forward. Even the people in the environment are very happy, and the school is very beautiful. I love the school. I love the environment.
It's a 18 classroom school, model school. We have 18 classrooms. It's 9 downstairs, 9 upstairs. We have 4 laboratories: physics lab, chemistry lab, biology lab, and home economics laboratories. Then we have a library downstairs, and we have an examination hall, a librarian office, and general office, principal's office, and we have a lot of toilets. We have about 41 toilets, including this one here. And we have an ICT center too. We have the football field and the basketball court at the back.
A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ fún iléèwé èyí tó ń gbé wá sí àdúgbò yìí, Banji Akintoye comprehensive high school. A dúpẹ́ gidigidi nítorí pé ó jẹ́ nǹkan tí ó máa fa ìdàgbàsókè bá wa ní àdúgbò yìí.
The past 15 years I've been in this street. We have not seen any government presence. But this school is one of the government
activities tá a fi mọ̀ pé àṣejọba tiẹ̀ tún wà níta tó lè rántí wa ládùúgbò yìí. His leadership has been so fantastic that we need people like this to lead us in this country.
Inú mi dùn gan ni pé wọ́n dárú school sílẹ̀ igbó wọn ìyá parẹ́ ibi ìyá wa lajú bí ìgboro gidi àwọn ọmọ mi rìn níbi ìlọ ìgboro ìmí ìlọ òwòròkó tán ń lọbẹ̀ ibi ni wọ́n wà school ni wọ́n wà inú mi dùn gidigidi àwọn ọjà tá ń tà á máa tà ọ̀nà wa yìí a ní ìgbàgbọ́ pé wọ́n bá wa túnṣe.
mi dùn gan ni torí jèrò lọmọ mi ti ń lọ school so ìgbà tí mo dẹ̀ ti di pé wọ́n gbé school débi mo ti decide pé màá lọ gba transfer fún tó bá kúrò school wàá assist ìyá ẹ̀ nílé so torí pé kò sí school ládùúgbò yìí mo ṣe mú lọ Ìjẹ̀rò.
I like the way the school they develop and that God make it possible for the school to be here. In fact, Governor Fayemi is a good man. We are very happy for his reign and we pray that God should continue to help him.
Bí àwa náà ti ń fọkàn sí pé ó yẹ ká ní because ibi táwọn ọmọ wa tó wà ládùúgbò máa ń lọ ó jẹ́ Anglican lọ́hùn tó dẹ̀ jìnnà sí community wa.
Wow, steady strides, impacting lives, building legacies. It's all out there for all to see. That will be all for now. Join us for another episode of the program next week, especially as we celebrate 2 years of Governor Fayemi in the saddle this second term. You can watch this episode and previous ones on our YouTube channel, Ekiti on the Move. Do send your feedback to us via our other platforms showing on your screen. Till next week, continue to stay safe and bye for now.
Yeah.